Hello, everyone. Happy almost Halloween. Who's excited? We have so much to get to tonight, but I'm seeing in the comments that we might be having some technical difficulties. Tech Guy, do you want to weigh in before we lost Tech Guy too?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now, working on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, and I'm trying to get everybody over.
Get everyone over. All right. So we're rocking and rolling as is.
Yeah, let's get started, and I'm posting on Facebook. I don't know what's going on with their live system right now.
Facebook. Ah, so unfair. Well, happy Tuesday. Happy almost Halloween, everybody. I am celebrating the release of Catch Me If You Candy with a delicious mocktail tonight. We're working on a mocktail theme mystery in my Patreon group, and I've been inspired to try some new recipes. And this one feels like a mix up between a mashup between fall and summer. It's a ginger lemon lime spritzer. So it's got lemonade, fresh lime, ginger, sparkling water, a touch of real ginger, and a splash of intense Meyer lemon syrup. It's so delicious and refreshing. And I feel like, I'm not quite ready for a pumpkin spice latte. Has anyone had one? I need to know. Um, but the leaves are changing in our neighborhood. So I'm very excited about that. And I am so ready for fall. Hello, hello, hello. Taylin, is this breaking the don't celebrate a holiday before a holiday like Christmas in July? Kind of, I know. But I'm also okay. In fact, I have a whole list of questions to ask you all tonight. And I'm sort of okay with breaking that rule when it comes to a book. Like, is that just selfish of me? I will also say, though, I tend to read based on seasons. So coming into fall, it's back to school. We're already back to school here in California. In fact, my niece has been back to school for like 2 weeks, which is so early. Um, so there's something about that like shift where I start to go, okay, now I'm starting to be ready for fall reads. I can make this happen. Judy, okay, yay. I'm glad you made it over from Facebook. We don't know what's going on over there, but I'm so glad you're here and thanks for joining in on YouTube. It's YouTube for the win tonight. Cheers to that. So today is the official release of Catch Me If You Candy, which is book 17 in the Bake Shop Mysteries, if you can believe it. I can't believe it. It still does not seem possible to me. This one is obviously set at Halloween. Where do I have mine? I'll hold it up. It matches my dress. I planned my outfit. Catch Me If You Candy. It takes place at Halloween. It's luscious fall. It's all the fall food and recipes. Jules and the crew are baking up Halloween delights for the annual parade that takes place in Ashland. There are dogs involved this time. Yay, Becky, thanks for coming over. So sorry that Facebook is having issues tonight, but I'm glad everybody's making their way this way. I am not going to give too much away because obviously it just came out, and I know, Tish, how was that possible? Pinch me. But we're going to talk about the bake shop in general. I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes of what Ashland is really like during Halloween. And spoiler alert, it is amazing. And of course, we're going to give away some books. And in order to get a book, Tech Guy, what do they need to do?
They need to comment. Just keep
Just comment.
commenting, just like always. We're going to give away some books, and I actually have. They're not quite finished, but I got it. I'm not on camera enough, but I've got some 3D printed jack o' lanterns. We need to add the stem. Sky Guy and I collaborated on these. They're just the right size to fit a little candle. So a couple people will be winning these, and they'll get some new candy scented candles.
I know. Do you want to talk about the candy scents that are coming for this particular book?
Yeah, actually, I thought it'd be a fun activity tonight because we have three new candle scents, three candy candle scents. One of them is chocolate, just I mean standard, really classic
It has to
Halloween.
be.
The other one smells like Sour Patch Kids,
It
and the
really
third
does.
one smells like Red Hots. But we can't use Sour Patch Kids and Red Hots in the names of the candles, and so we were talking about the names that we should use. And I'd love to hear from all of you what you might, what you'd like to see or what your ideas might be. So I thought that would be interesting to hear from everyone else. Some of the Patreons have actually received these already and had pretty good feedback.
I love the red hot one. I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
perfection. I want to eat it because it smells just like red hot candies, which I absolutely love. I am actually not such a candy fan. Candy wouldn't be my go-to.
I
Um,
know, Laura, right?
don't
Yeah.
know. Never, never, Laura. No candy
I
corn.
actually made candy corn candles a couple of years ago, but yeah, they weren't great.
No. Spicy cinnamon though, bring it on. And the Sour
Yeah.
Patch smells just the same. It's like fruity, but it's got a little
Oh.
tang. It's so great.
Actually, we
Um,
have like somebody liked them, so that's great,
See?
Jared.
There you
Like,
go.
yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
I feel like candy corn though, the one that you made, it was pretty benign. It was subtle on the candy corn. It wasn't
Yeah.
so glaringly candy corn.
Thanks, Liliane.
Flaming cinnamon, pucker up. Oh, that's a good idea. Red
Ooh,
hot.
pucker up. Okay, I
Mhm.
have to go through. I like that.
Lisa, I love cinnamon candles too. Kylie, I'm with you. Oh, cinnamon spice, sour in your face, Lillian. Oh, these are all good ideas. I love it.
Yeah, these are
Sour in
great.
your
See, I
face.
knew we could crowdsource this. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. Oh,
Huh.
good. Welcome, Bryn.
Yay, Bryn, welcome. Cheers. Thanks for joining us.
All
I
right,
do
I'm gonna
like
give the
Valerie's
live
sucker
back to
punch.
you
That
now.
works well with like, a mystery too.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, for starters, since we are talking about Catch Me If You Candy tonight. Oh, and Tech Guy, sorry, come back for 1 second. You'll just
Oh,
announce names of people randomly throughout the night, throughout the
yeah.
live.
We'll get. So you'll know. You'll have to pay attention. You'll have to watch if you see anything scary, like maybe this. Um, or sometimes we might have a ghost come by. That I'll pop your name up if you've won. So just keep commenting, smashing the like button, and we'll pick some winners here.
Ooh, sour power. Yeah, we do have great um, creative energy here. I love that. C's candy scented. Oh yeah, Anne, I know C's is always a treasure trove. And being in California now, every corner I feel like has a C's candy. I should probably visit them all in the
Oh,
name of research, right?
thanks, Taylin.
Doubly my tech guy. Oh, that's awesome. I know, I love it too. In fact, I just lit one this afternoon to get myself in the spirit for Catch Me If You Candy. Well, for starters, I thought we would go on a little visual tour of what Ashland actually looks like during Halloween because you're going to get a taste of it in the book, obviously. But I did not need to stretch myself so far when it came to inspiration because for many years living in Ashland, the parade is sort of the quintessential event of the year. The parade, as you'll see in just a second from the pictures too, is like a giant party in the streets, but everyone, and I do mean everyone, comes in costume. It's been an annual event for 10, 20, 30 years now. It's kind of changed. It became the children's parade, but everyone participates in it. And it's not like what you think about with floats. It is just a costume party in the street. I think one of the reasons that the tradition has been so long running in Ashland is because you do have this very vibrant, creative community with the Oregon Shakespeare Festival and the Oregon Cabaret and all of the theaters in the Rogue Valley. So everyone really gets in the spirit, and it is so much fun. You kind of have to bring your A game when it comes to costumes, though. You can't just dial it in and show up with like, something straight out of the grocery store. I mean, you could, but as you'll see, you want to bring it. Jess, you got off early. Yay! Hello, so great to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's look at a few little pics of beautiful Ashland and Halloween. Oh, that's me. That is when I was a unicorn. Fun fact, the tech guy made that unicorn mask for me. Other fun fact, it was really hard to see and walk in the mask. We had matching masks that year. He was a dragon and I was a unicorn, and it was a little bit challenging to parade down the street in that outfit, but it was an amazing mask, and I got so many compliments. In fact, people wanted to buy them off of us. They're just made of paper, but yeah, they were super fun. And this year, it actually sprinkled on the parade too, and the mask survived. I don't know if you can see it, but it's still up behind me on my bookshelf. I'm never giving it up. What do we have next, sir? Oh, this one was so fun. That is my Cup of Holiday Fear costume the year that that book came out. Sky Guy and Tech Guy made that costume. It was hard to sit, obviously, because it's a big skull cup. And then my whipped cream hat was made out of, like, what's it called? Construction foam? Is that right?
Yeah, spray foam. Yeah,
Spray foam.
yeah.
And Sky Guy, this was sort of like the evolution of
That was the
him
first mask.
starting. What's that?
Yeah, that was his very first mask,
His
like
very first
the
masks that he
prototype.
made out of cardboard.
Yeah,
Hmm. Aren't they so fun? And then Tech Guy, you went all in for being abducted by an alien because that makes sense.
yeah. Well, and then later, the last year, we went back and we found these people. I started a trend.
Ah, and you were missing out. I love the baby as part of it and the little one too. It's a sea of aliens. So many aliens. We're attacking. Sherry, you thought the mask was 3D printed? Yeah, that was they now he 3D prints them, but that very first prototype he made was made out of cardboard, which is amazing. Um, this is where the parade starts. That's the Carnegie Library right behind us in the picture there. So you can see the old historic library, which is so beautiful. So everyone sort of gathers at this end of town, and you get a sense of the costumes. People are like starting to mill around, and then there's a giant drum line that leads off the parade, and then everyone, literally thousands of people, just dance along through the streets, going all the way down Main Street until you wind up in the plaza, which, of course, is where Jules and the crew will be handing out delicious treats and hot chocolate and spice cider.
Yes, I bought that one. I did not make that.
Oh, yeah, right. That would have been hard. Although,
Yeah.
maybe. I love that. The dogs are in on the action. So, as I mentioned earlier, this is the first time, this is the first book in the entire series, book 17, where dogs are actually part of the story. I've never had a pet in a book before, but I had to for this book. There are two dogs, not one, but two dogs in this book, and they are both inspired by real life pups in Ashland. Two of my friends in Ashland have dogs that I had to use in this. It started because dogs also star in shows at OSF, and they get call sheets, and they are assigned their own green room and handlers. It's a whole event if there's any sort of like pet cast in the show. And so one of my friend's dogs, George, who is the pug on the cover of Catch Me If You Candy, was he auditioned, of course, like you do, and got a role. And then he had so many times that he had to like be on stage and everything. And I just loved that concept. And I've been waiting for the right time and the right book to add it. So George is featured in the parade, even though there aren't cars in the parade. This could be George right there. And then Pippa, who is a precocious poodle who is vying for his role on stage. Oh, Emmy wants to come join the party. Hey, we're speaking about pets, and suddenly I have a cat by my feet. So Pippa is his understudy, and she's desperate for the role. So they are both going to, I don't know, perhaps be involved. Hi, they're going to be involved in some way or shape or form in the murder. I am curious, though, to throw it back at you. What do you think about dressing up pets for Halloween, or just in general? Is that a yay or a nay? Do you do it? Do you get a costume for your little furry friends, or are you like, no? Laura, I know. Isn't that amazing that the dogs are in the place for real? Yeah, yeah. There's a whole animal cast, and it's amazing to look at the call sheets. I don't know if the cats audition. I'm not sure, Taylor, but I'll find out. Emmy is desperate. Oh, oh no! Sorry, she was desperate, and then I just dropped her, not intentionally. Um,
Jeez.
Sue, your dogs would have been kicked out of any auditions, right? uh, um,
Oh,
if they don't mind, right? I don't know if they mind or not. That is the question. Yeah, and it
it
is that.
was.
You want to come up? Okay, here we go. Let's try again. Okay, we were talking about pets, and somebody felt jealous.
Yeah,
Would you like
and we
me?
that was the Sky Guy, and I made my son and I made that for her from the book cover.
That's right. Beth, I don't dress mine up. Corgis disapprove, right? Your cat doesn't care for costumes. Dogs, yes. Cats, yeah. I tried some bunny ears on Emmy a year or so ago, and she was like, "No." I know, Joseph. I feel bad too. Sometimes they look so miserable. Although, I mean, there are definitely dogs who are like, "Yeah, I'm vibing on this for sure." Taylin, the dog and you have matching PJs. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. My sister-in-law used to have an entire closet for their dog, and their dog loved it. She would just like sit around and pose, right? This cat would freak out too, for sure. This cat who's like, "Why are you talking about dogs? How dare you?" um, this year I'm going to try to match my dog and get her a new Halloween sweater. Okay, Wendy, if you do, we have to see pictures. Okay, promise that you will share pictures. My dog loves to wear costumes, clothes, bow ties. He's very dramatic. Yes. Um, where were you that you just saw? Tech guy, you just saw a dog, right? Who was like posing with sunglasses and everything?
Oh yeah,
When
that was done at San Pedro Square. Yeah,
yeah,
it was. We're pretty sure the dog was an Instagram star.
had to be. Okay. Um awesome. This gives you an idea of what the parade looks like. It's just people, as far as you can see, marching, not marching, strolling, meandering. That gives you a little more perspective of how many people, but it's really hard because it's literally the entire main street looks like that. So it's a blast. I highly recommend that if you ever have a chance to be in Ashland and you're a Halloween fan, you should come. Oh, was that scary?
Did I scare her? Yeah.
Yes.
Bryn Dowdle
Bryn.
or Dowdell.
Oh, Emmy, you can't have the
You've won a
microphone.
signed copy of the book.
Yay! Congratulations, Bryn. The dog in the photo does not look too happy. I know, right, Anne? It's so many great. Fonda, you used to dress up your chihuahuas every season, but that was years ago. Yeah. How big is Ashland population wise? It is about 20,000 people. And I feel like about 20,000 people come out for the parade, probably. But people come from all over the Rogue Valley for the parade, and definitely people come from out of town for it as well. When we were planning our Ashland Mystery Fest, we were trying to think about, like, well, would we tie it into Halloween? But the parade happens on Halloween day itself. In fact, um, there's no school on Halloween day or the day after. Um, so all of the kids participate too, but timing didn't work very well with then trying to have like a weekend mystery fest. But if you want to extend your stay and go do some rafting and hiking and exploring the Rogue Valley, you could hang out for a week and then stay for the parade. Could be fun. I'm just saying.
Quick tech guy side note. If you win something tonight, I say this every time, but there are a lot of new people on too. Please message Ellie with your mailing address, and we'll get your prizes out to you. On YouTube, there's not really easy way to do that. So if you just go to the website elliealexander.co, there's a contact form there where you can send your mailing address. Please don't put it in the comments unless you want really fun mail from all sorts of
Yeah.
internet strangers.
Nah,
Yeah.
you don't. Nah,
No. Yeah. Which you don't know. Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. Let's see. Where were we? So another shot of the crowd. Oh, this was last year.
That was last year. That's right. I packed the mask again last year. I brought it back.
And I brought a Sky Guy helmet that he made for me. Paula actually asked about 3D printing
Oh,
in terms of how long it takes, and that is, that a helmet like that size would take probably 4 days to print. So, and
And then
then
like,
several more to
yeah,
finish and paint it and
paint,
everything.
and
So, yeah,
it's quite a process.
yeah.
Hi, I know she really wants to be part of the live. Oh, this one's good. It gives you a little more perception of how far it goes. The Ashland Springs Hotel, which is the tall cream building that you see in the distance, that's about halfway down to the plaza. So I have so much cat hair on my face now, thanks to Emmy. Um, that gives you some sense of just how many people come for the parade. Ooh, spooky. You had somebody trying to capture the same idea with your.
Yeah, same. I think it's the same artist that makes those files that you make those masks from.
Oh, that's
This gives
good.
a
Yeah.
scale of how big people go with costumes.
People go big. They go big. You can't mess around. It's Ashland. It's Halloween. Ooh,
And
I don't remember
scary.
that one. You must have taken that.
I
Creepy.
think people can correct me, but I think that's from Five Nights at Freddy's, the video
Oh.
game. But
Jess, you've
I'm
never
not
been to
sure.
the parade? Oh, you always end up working. You're gonna have to sneak out one year. It's so worth it. Rebecca, I started the book. It's a Halloween explosion. All the food, candy, decorations. I know, right? If you're not in the Halloween spirit after, then I have failed you miserably. Miserably. That's awesome to hear. I'm glad you already started it too. I know. What a creepy bird, right? Yeek. Crazy. Ah, is that all we have, sir?
No, let's see.
Foulest stenches in the air, the funk of 40,000 years
There's a full
hangs
production of Thriller in the plaza for everyone.
to seal your doom.
And then this is like as the parade sort of ends at the plaza, Mix, aka Tort, is right behind those two trees. So that's kind of the end of the parade. And then everyone gathers in the plaza and heads over to Lithia Park. And the party continues all night long. Every shop, restaurant is packed. And yeah, it's so much fun. Um, so I hope this is a good visual to go with the book. And when you're reading it, you'll be able to be like, oh, okay, I can picture exactly what's happening when Jules is talking about this parade. Right? Aren't the costumes on steroids? Oh, woo! Here we go. Melanie Fiction. Ah, what a great last name. I hope that's your real last name. That's fantastic.
Melanie has won a book as well,
Melanie,
signed copy of
you're
the
going to get
book.
a signed copy. It's awesome. So great. Well, I thought it would be fun to turn the tables tonight for a little while and ask you some questions. So, my first one is pretty easy. This is a softball coming out of the park, but they're going to get harder. So prepare yourselves now. The first one is if you can only have one candy at the end of the night. Let's say you go trick or treating. You've got your pillowcase or your fancy trick or treat bag, whatever strikes your fancy, and you come home at the end of the night and you dump it all out on the kitchen table or the living room floor, and you're only allowed to have one piece of candy. What's it going to be? I will tell you mine. And it's usually a little rare to find because it's not top of the list. But mine would be a dark chocolate Milky Way bar. I don't love milk chocolate. I know, I'm sorry. And I'm just not a super candy person. I think because I love to bake so much. So like I would definitely vote for like a cupcake or a cookie or some sort of pastry over candy. I don't have anything against candy, but it's just not my go-to. Um Tootsie Rolls. Lisa, oh, Twix. You can't go wrong with a Twix also. Yes, Snickers. Gluten-free. Hi, Mary. Gluten-free chocolate. Fun fact, Miri, it has a recipe in this one that she made especially for you. She created them. I gotta turn to the page so I make sure that I say it right. She made the most incredible, wait for it, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free apple decadence cake. And it's incredible. I baked it twice, and it is luscious. You don't lose any of the goodness with this one. And I know many of you have asked for a while for more gluten-free recipes. So it is in this book. Thank you, Miri, for sharing that with us. And I hope you bake it because you will be a convert. You will never know that it is gluten, dairy, nut free. And if you have any allergies, this is the cake for you. Yes. Um, did you check through Sky Guy's candy and take a tax? Yeah, I should have, Joseph. I didn't, but I should have. Dark chocolate, anything. I'm with you, Susie. KJ, I would really love Mars bars, but they're rare. Yeah, Mars used to be a thing. I feel like Mars, what else? Heath bars when we were kids. Oh, there you go, Diana. A Heath bar or a Hershey Dark. Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Um, I know, a gluten-free Wendy, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. A yellow starburst. Andrew, that's very specific, and I appreciate that. Yeah, Rebecca, I'm gluten-free now, so I'm loving to find new gluten-free recipes. You should definitely try this one because Miri does coaching on becoming like finding the right sort of path for you in your gluten-free journey. And she's just an incredible baker and chef herself. So I'm so excited that she was willing to share one of her signature recipes with us for this one. Okay,
I put that
whatchamacallit,
comment
Jessica,
up a
where
little
are
bit.
whatchamacallits? Sorry, what?
Sorry, I put that comment up a little bit earlier while you were talking, but it's the
I
annual
know.
request.
It trust me, it's on the list. I would love to do a tort cookbook. It's just about finding it's a big undertaking in terms of the baking and the food styling and the photography and all of those things. But I at some point in time I'm manifesting that to happen for sure. Orange Starburst, Chelsea. I love it. That was always my favorite too, Taylin. The trading is like how can you go wrong? And then of course you would have a little like I would get like one little candy treat in my lunch for like the next few weeks or whatever. Okay, my next question is we already talked about pets, but how do you feel about dressing up yourself as an adult? Do you still dress up? Do you dress up to go to a Halloween party? Do you dress up to answer the door for the kids? And the second part of this is there an age limit where you are just too old to trick or treat? Is it acceptable to trick or treat at any age, or do you have a cutoff point where if somebody comes to the door, you're like, no way? In Ashland, because you just got a glimpse of it, it is not uncommon for adults to trick or treat all night long with the kids, oftentimes without the kids. We had definitely plenty of adults who showed up at our house in costume. That's sort of my baseline. I feel like if you show up in a costume, I'm going to give you candy or whatever. But if not, then if you're just there in like a baggy t-shirt and you're an adult, I'm still probably going to give you candy, honestly, because that's how I roll. But yeah, I'm super curious. What if to dress up and give out
What
candy?
if you dress up to give out candy?
Yes, that's what I want to know. Do you? Yeah, I love that idea. Absolutely dress up, Laura. Work parties. Oh, work parties. That's so fun. I would dress up every day if I could. You can. Why can't you? Do it. Still dress up every year with your grown kids. I love it, Tish. Absolutely. Yay. Okay. Sometimes for community events. Ooh, Ginger. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Uh-huh. Um, a dress up team with a dog. Oh, we got that. We got that. What's happening?
Jared, 1973. I wait. I'm gonna come on camera here because oops, wrong one.
But I
Tech
like
guy
that.
approved. Yeah, that's
Jared,
good. It's from
1973,
an
you were
old
tech
live.
guy approved.
Uh, Jared has won one of the 3D printed pumpkin containers with a candy scented candle. So
Nice.
yeah, go ahead and YouTube doesn't let us see full names, so unless your username is your full name, this is what we got. But Jared 1973, go ahead and send us your mailing address.
Yay.
I'll go back to the comments now.
I know. Paula, your husband and you always dressed up to go trick or treating with our grandkids. Oh, that's a fun tradition. I'd love that. You're like the best grandparents then. That's awesome. So fun. Okay, let's see. This one, I told you we were going to get a little more hard hitting. So, no pressure if you haven't read the series. Everyone is always welcome on our lives. I love this most amazing bookish community that has been together for 17 books. How is that possible? But if you have read the Bake Shop Mysteries, I want to know out of all of the characters, the cast of characters, who would you want to invite to your Halloween party? This is like a three-parter. Who do you want to invite to your Halloween party out of the entire cast? Why? And what would you serve them? This is tough. I kind of have two ways that I would go. I mean, first and foremost, I would invite Lance because my why is because he would definitely be the life of the party, and especially for Halloween, he would up the dramatic flair, which I would appreciate, as would all of the party guests. And I would serve him some sort of cocktail that was thematic. So I'm thinking like a bloody, bloody murder, maybe with like, those fingers, the cheese fingers with the almond nail that's painted blood red dipped in for a garnish. My second, though, would be inviting Richard Lord just to see what sort of costume he might show up in and serving him a mocktail, but telling him that it was strong, strong alcohol and see if he would just play drunk. I don't know why. Becky, Lance, right? I know Lance is going to be the winner all the way around.
I don't know. Joseph's idea is pretty hilarious.
Maybe some year Ellie and the tech guy could dress up as April and Richard. Oh my gosh, we might have to do that this year. Okay. Oh wow, I got to break out some lederhosen and a red wig and whoo. Kylie, you would invite Andy. Amazing coffee, yes, and he would definitely have some delicious sweets. Absolutely. Lance is the life of the party for sure. Richard Lord. Jules would definitely bring good stuff to any party, for sure. Nan Carlos. Oh, I missed what Nan said about Carlos, but I'm intrigued. What would you serve Carlos? I need to know.
There you go.
He's fantastic, and you would cook together. Oh yeah, what would he make for Halloween? Something decadent. I'm thinking like Spanish paella, maybe with a lot of spice. Um, you couldn't go wrong with Jules, and she would have a delicious coffee, as would Andy for Halloween night. That goes without saying. Steph, oh yeah, there's definitely a story there. Cajun Peach,
One
Cookie
mystery
Cup.
solved tonight.
What's that?
Jared 1973 is
Oh,
Shauna's shirt. She's, yeah.
Shauna! Yay!
So yeah,
I don't know. I think from here on out, Shauna, you are forever Jared 1973 to
yeah.
me.
There you go.
That feels right. I love it. Mr. the Professor, I would serve him a gingerbread latte, and he would appreciate that gingerbread latte, and probably have some sort of quote for you. Maybe a classic from Shakespeare, like "Something wicked this way comes." I don't know. Um, can you change your answer to Carlos? Yes, absolutely. Oh, KJ, Officer Thomas. He always gets his friends out of any trouble, and they would probably get in trouble on Halloween night. So that's a wise move. You're working from your brain, not your stomach. I like it. Um, okay, my next question. This is also one that I had to think about for myself because I feel like I have a lot of answers for it. But is out of all of the characters in the Bake Shop mystery, who do you feel like you resonate with the most? Who is the most like you and why? This one is tough for me because I feel like there are little pieces of me in all of them. But at the end of the day, I think I probably resonate most with. Do you have any guesses? I'm not going to say it. I want to know who you think I'm going to resonate with.
Richard.
What's that?
Richard.
Yeah, oh yeah, Richard. You're Richard. Yeah. Ooh. Paula, you'll have your black bean pumpkin chili too. Ooh, yeah, and a spice cider. Oh yeah, these are so great. Um, Invite anyone but the killer. You all are too clever. I love it. If the party's in Ashland, it might be safe to invite the professor or Thomas. I'm sure a body would show up. Okay, now we're getting to it. It is a hard question. Laura Sterling, you're very observant and empathetic. That is what I love the most about Sterling. In fact, I am working on edits for book 19 right now. Um, and I will have to tell you that Sterling is getting more airtime, and in the next book or two, there's going to be a lot more of Sterling to come, and I just love him so much. Whenever you open a book, you picture me as Jules. Oh, that's very sweet. That's not how I picture Jules, but I love that. I love that everyone comes into reading with their own visuals of what a character might look like. Oh, Sterling. I like Sterling. Helen, she's wise and together. Yes. Paula Jules, because you love baking. Helen, the nurturer. Gretchen, the professor, because you were an English teacher. Yes, I love that. I think Steph, I'm quiet and push me too much and all spring. That's what I love about Steph. She's got a little sass, but she's also so kind hearted. And one of the things I have so much fun with her that doesn't always make it onto the page is I have a whole list. In fact, I should share this sometime. I have a whole Netflix list of all of the baking shows that she binges and everything. Yeah, Paula, she's the best. She's such a fun character. Rebecca, oh, wait. Sherry says Stephanie too. Sometimes I don't like, yeah, exactly. You don't always have to be social. And especially if you're working in an environment with so many people and distractions and noise going on, like I feel that. I write alone here in my office all the time. Carlos, I like being the supportive spouse and friend. Oh, that's very sweet. Yes, I love it. KJ, Jules, I want to solve a mystery and have a wide group of friends. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. Okay. For me, oh, that was perfect timing. We didn't even plan that.
I had to go with the spider. I got flack for the ghost not being as scary as the spider. So,
Oh, okay.
but no page unturned is the username. You've won a signed copy of the book.
Yes. I love it. April, Andy, because he figures out what he wants and goes for it. Yeah, I love that piece of Andy too. Okay, well, I'm gonna say that honestly, when I made the list, everything that you're pulling out, I had for me for each of them. I feel like there's a big part of me that's like Helen because I am such a nurturer and I always want to listen and like try to pull people's stories out of them. I feel like I'm driven like Jules. I feel like with Andy, if I have an idea or creative inspiration, I'm going to figure out a way to make it happen. With Sterling, I think there's something about kind of that poetic soul that he has. With the professor, I always have this sense of wanting to hi observe and make the world right. And I do love a good quote. I don't always default to Shakespeare, but I always have a quote on my desk that's inspirational. So I definitely have that piece of me. Bethany is kind of that bubbly personality that always like brings out the best in everybody and hypes up the energy in the room. I hate to admit it, but like I probably have a little Richard Lord in me too. All of these characters are inspired by other people and things, but as a writer, I don't think there's any way you can at some level separate yourself out from them. So I honestly couldn't pick one. I think there's like a little touch of me in everyone. You wish you could be more like Lance so you could be the center of attention. Yeah. Did I say Lance? Yeah, Lance definitely. I have a touch of Lance in me, in that I love sort of like the gossip or the intrigue of an event. Taylor, you're definitely not Bethany. Yeah, I love it. I love Bethany's puns. Yes, yes, I love Bethany's puns too. That's really good. Oh, thanks. Thanks for joining me on this. This is quotes are words to live by. You and I could not agree more on that, Ginger. I am with you 100%. Um, Great names, no page unturned. I thought the same thing. Yeah, that's such a great name. I mean, yeah, I feel like I do have a little touch of Richard in me, and that I sometimes want to boss people around. I definitely want to always be in the know about what's going on around town or wherever I'm at. So yeah, I've got a little touch. I don't tend to wear golf pants, and hopefully I'm not obnoxious. But yeah, I love it. Okay, let's see. Oh, this one's tough. This is a real biter. This is kind of like our candy question. You can only pick one out of the current spots that Jules has in her little monopoly for your after you've gone to the parade, you've dumped out your candy bag, and now you're going to go to the post parade event. You have three choices. You can go to Tort and have pastries, and I'm sure Anne Sterling has some, and Marty has something delicious and savory on the stove. You can go to Scoops for ice cream and maybe even like a snacky sandwich if you need something a little heartier. Or you can head out to Uva, where Carlos is hosting a midnight mysterious dinner under the vines, which will be paired, of course, with luscious wines. It's going to be 5 courses. He'll come out between every course and explain the food to you. There's going to be music and all of them. So, which one, if you only had to pick one, are you going to go to for your after Halloween bash? Sue, everyone has a little bit of Richard Lord. Of course, we're not always perfect. We all have moments where we might not be as proud of the choice that we made, etc. Mm-hmm. Do I relate to any of the killers? All of them, Taylin. All of them. That's going to be how I end the series. We're going to learn that Jules is the serial killer and has been doing it forever. I mean, I already have the title serial, as in C, killer. It's done. I've written the book. No, I'm just kidding. Tish,
I
you're going
wonder
for
if SMP would go for that.
I don't think anyone would go for that, but it would. I mean, it would be fresh. It would definitely be a fresh take on a cozy. I want to go to Tort, but I want the wine too. Yeah, you're gonna have to choose because they're not serving wine at Tort because there are too many kids in the house. Uva, I feel ya. Christina, Chris, hi. Yeah, it is a tough choice. It's not fair. It's not fair. Can I cheat and go to Tort after Uva? Right? You can go to Uva and then sneak into Tort for your like late night meringue ghost cupcake or whatever is going to be left. But they might be sold out by the time you get done with that 5 course dinner at the vineyard. I don't know. Beach bum, you're a scaredy cat there. Scoops for a scoop, and then Tort for a coffee, followed by a drive to Uva to finish the night. Becky, you win. Okay, fine. Fair enough. You can do them all. One thing that I think is so funny is I had a reader email me, I don't know, this was a while ago, and say, I'm really enjoying the series, but I cannot believe that Jules is managing all of these places around town. And I have to tell you that, like, that really happens in Ashland. Some of our favorite restaurants are owned by like two sisters who own like 3 or 4 restaurants all around town. One is a hamburger shop, one's a coffee shop, there's another coffee shop, there's a falafel shop. Like, I think when you live in a small town and if you do something well and can replicate it and you sort of have a good business sense, it's pretty easy to make that happen. So that is not fiction, but I always love hearing that. Jess, first was coffee at Tort, but once you mentioned a mysterious dinner, I know. A food crawl. Yes, Ginger, we need that. We need that in real life. Well, at the Ashland Mystery Fest, we are going to have a pub crawl in real life where we're going to meander from shop to shop and restaurant in the plaza, like I showed you earlier, and stop in for fun drinks and snacks and mocktails, you name it. It should be great. Okay. Oh, what do we have?
Yeah, scary. Gets you every time.
It does.
NM.
NM.
NM has one of the jack-o'-lantern candle holder things.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah,
So
with
cute.
the candy candle.
The candy candle. Say that 3 times fast.
So NM, be great to know your name, your real
No,
name too. But
no,
yeah, no,
just like Jared, 1973.
right.
I'm guessing the ice cream suggestions Sterling just made in the book I'm reading goes over well with them. Oh, that's hilarious. You're a little behind. Sorry, no spoilers, but we'll have to find out. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Sterling suggestion. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I have
Oh,
one.
it's
Oh,
Noemi. So another long-time watcher.
yes.
Yeah,
Hey, congratulations. I love your initials there. That's so
yeah.
beautiful. The monogram like that. So pretty. Um, okay, I have one last question. And that is Do you have a favorite Halloween read? Because we are getting ready to go into the official fall reading season. And the tech guy and I have something coming up that we'll talk about at the very end. But I always want your Rex. So, do you have any Halloween reads? Do you have any reads that you do year after year at Halloween time? Or do you have a more recent book that you're like, oh, this is so fun. I have to read it during this season? I've had so many. Last year was a great year of Halloween reading. I always pull out like a classic Agatha Christie this time of year. And I kind of like something that's a little bit darker, maybe like Then There Were None, where you have a lot of intenseness when it comes to a mystery. But yeah, I feel like this is that season where mysteries just hit the sweet spot no matter what. Let's see. Um, Leslie, you always want to read Harry Potter. Oh, yeah, Harry Potter's perfect for fall. Oh, so are the movies, everything about it. And then you want butterbeer. Um, Paula, my daughter got these two books about Halloween in Ohio. Oh, interesting. They're fiction. Oh, Carrie by Stephen King. Oh, not a cozy, but I like that. Krista Davis, Lenny, she does do a great Halloween series. You're Karen, you're going dark, and I'm here for that. I like that. Absolutely. No, but you're looking forward to other people's ideas. I know, me too. I always am like, okay, I got to get my pencil out or come back and watch it. Agatha, I mean, yeah, Stephen King, Andrew, I know, Stephen King. Oh, Pet Cemetery. There are so many that I read again and again. Also, Night Film. Awesome books from about 10 years ago. Oh, Beth, I don't know that one. I'm going to have to check that out. Yay.
Ooh.
Christmas movies, but not Halloween. Yes, that's right. Something cozy and witchy. You can't go wrong with anything witchy. Um, Anything new that's coming out for Halloween. Yeah. Ooh, Kayla has a great pumpkin juice recipe. You're gonna have to share that. That sounds great. Paula, The Ghost on Black Mountain by Anne Height is one of my favorite spooky reads. Ooh, there's a whole series. I don't know that one either. So many good suggestions. Um, the idea of Then There Were None. Are you? Oh, go ahead,
Oh,
Teka.
actually, Kayla's comment just gave me an idea for another great live. So
Ooh,
I'll talk to you afterwards. But we've got another one. It's gonna be everybody will love it. So
okay.
yeah,
I have no idea what you. I'm
yeah,
intrigued myself.
it's gonna be super
Um,
fun.
The Spook in the Stacks, a lighthouse mystery by Ava Gates. Oh yeah, yes, those are great. Vicky Delaney, Ava Gates, love it. Harry Potter, yes, Harry Potter. You don't read anything, Taylin, but that's a fave story you remember about a girl who wore a scarf when she took it off, her head fell off. Ooh, that sounds spooky. I always think about it around Halloween. That's like I remember watching The Headless Horseman, and it was like the Disney cartoon, but I was terrified as a kid. And every time this season rolls around, I think about that too.
See, we're always mysterious here.
Yeah. Ooh. Um, Yay. Okay, well, good stuff. I know, I want to hear it too, Kayla. I'm Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, there we go. Oh,
We got one. We got one last one here. Laura Lee Schoenberger
Laura
has won
Lee.
a signed copy of the book.
Yay, Laura Lee. You get a copy
Laura
too.
Lee.
I'm going to be giving away some copies on social this week too, because I just got a stack in from my publisher. So stay tuned. If you did not win a copy tonight, stay tuned because I have more to share. Because otherwise, they just take up space in my closet, and there's no reason for that whatsoever. Um, Okay, so as always, it's been such a delight to get to spend an evening with you. Thank you all for being such an incredible community, as always, and for being with me through 17 books, and there's more to come. I just am filled with gratitude always for every piece of this writing experience that I get to share. And I had so much fun hearing from you about characters and your take on things tonight, too. So I appreciate that because it always gives me new insight as well. Next up, the tech guy and I are going to do a book club for September. Oh, hey,
Hello.
I've already picked my book. Have you picked your book?
Yes,
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm already reading it. and
Cheater.
it's going to take me that long to get through it. So yeah, yeah,
So we will be back on social with a date soon. The tech guy is going on some travel adventures in a week, so we got to figure out
secret
which week.
adventures.
It'll probably be the first or second week in September, though. So our idea is we will both bring a book, and then anyone who wants can read one or the other. And then we'll come back together in October to chat about it. So that'll be one of the lives. Okay, what's your idea for the other?
So I want to do a recipe share
Ooh.
where we ahead of time will get recipe ideas. Like I think it was Kayla had a great recipe. We'll pick from the list. We'll have people vote on them ahead of time, and then have the people who are selected. I don't know. Maybe we'll do 8 or so. Have them make them, take pictures and everything, and then do a little write up that you can read about on the live stream. So, I mean, it's Bake
Yeah.
Shop Mysteries, right? So we'll
Yeah.
be baking.
I love it.
And also, can I ask one thing of the viewers? Another thing just occurred to me because there's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes into putting on all these lives every time. And so every time when I hit that go live button and I see this terrible like yellow exclamation point that's like been staring at me the whole time, meaning Facebook had a problem and didn't go live. What I'd love to do, if anybody would be interested, is about half an hour before we go live on Tuesdays to set up a test group. If anybody would be interested, just to hang with me for a few minutes and make sure that we have we have liftoff on all channels that we're broadcasting on, that would be awesome. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and put it in the comments. Maybe I'll pick people at random sometimes to send free swag to for your help. But that would be great because it's it's a process. So it would be helpful.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Um, a couple people asked about the books. We're going to share them at the first live in September. So stay tuned for that. We'll do the big reveal. We'll talk about it, and then you'll have at least a month to read them
Yeah.
if you want to read them. There will be
Right.
no spoilers involved in the first one. We'll share the books at the beginning of the live, and then we'll just do like a fun Q&A kind of night. Sue Yin is happy to help. And you just moved. Congratulations on the move. I know that is never fun, so I'm sending you all of the good energy for unpacking and settling in. Yay.
Yeah,
Oh, tech guy.
I could do that, Sherry. The problem with that is um, that's a great idea, and I had thought of it. But the problem is with the setup that we use. If I go once I go live, I have to kill the whole thing
You have to
and
kill
start
it.
a new one, and then the links are all different. So we tried that actually before when this has happened in the past, and it was a disaster. So tonight I just got on and messaged the folks on Facebook and was like, "Come over to YouTube," and a little over 100 of you did. So that's awesome.
Nice. That's so
Yeah,
great.
but thanks. It looks like a lot of people are interested. That's awesome. Okay, we'll reach out.
You're on it.
Cool. All right.
Yay. Well, thanks for celebrating another book birthday with me. I could not adore you all more. And I am, in the meantime, until we see each other in September, wishing you lots of wonderful fall and maybe even Halloween reading. Good night.